I'm not gonna lie, I'm like totally in the middle of a game right now, so if I'm a little scatterbrained, sorry.
All good, dude. I am so sorry for being so busy at the worst time when I'm trying to
No, 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 it's okay. So, oh my gosh, hold on. I'm in the middle of a chase. It's Dead by Daylight, if you know that game.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, anyways, the chase ended. Phew. I'm so sorry. Uh, so, here's the dealio. There has been a vote block alliance that has been made recently between myself, Shinx, Crow, and Sammy. I've just kind of been playing along with it for now. Hold on, let me turn you up so I can make sure I can hear you over this damn game. It's so loud. Okay. Um, so this Vote Block Alliance was made by Ryan, and it's who he thinks will keep him to stay. And he thinks I'm a part of that as well. And it definitely seems like that's what the three of them want to do. By three of them, I mean Crow, Sammy, and Shinx.
Oh damn,
So
Shinx too.
yes, because for him, that's what's holding back his threat level as a comp beast. So he's wanting to keep Ryan for that reason.
I think Jordan's already there, and Mira too. Now that she's kind of gone rogue like this.
Yeah, I agree. But he's holding it like Ryan is like what's holding him back here. Like it's a good shield for him and whatnot. So that's kind of where he's at. And at this point, like he's the one, like he set it up. He's the one that made the whole Vote Block Alliance. So he's set in
I
at this
gotcha.
point. And then Crow and Sammy, I don't know what convinced Crow, but Crow is like super on board with this as well, which is shocking to me because they had the whole fight
Yeah,
and
I
whatnot.
don't really know the reason for that, but I'm uh I'm kind of I don't know. I would have expected Shinx to want to keep me around just because I don't know. I get that you want to keep bigger threats in the game if you feel like you're a threat yourself, but there's so many threats in the game already as it is that I think getting rid of Ryan right now still makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I That's why I'm like against this and everything. Oh my god, I'm so sorry I got in another chase. Uh this is okay. I'm dead. Perfect. That's gonna let me actually focus. Um oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You totally caught me like in the middle of the game.
You're good.
But basically what's happening from this is I'm playing along, like I'm gonna vote with them, but what I've managed to do, I know we were against Aiden and Jordan, but they're pretty much our only hope here, frankly.
Yeah, that works with me. I mean, I'll take
So
whoever's willing to keep me.
so at this point, the only thing that's gonna work is me, Jordan, and Aiden all vote for you, and Mira tie breaks in favor of like you and votes out Ryan because she's taken a shot this week with this.
Right.
And
Um.
I don't want to give like Ryan the control. I don't want to let him have a snowball from here and everything.
Yeah.
So I don't want him here. And second off, I want you here, most importantly. Do you know how bad I would feel after you threw to me and you would go out? I'm not letting that happen at all. So
Do you think Aiden and Jordan are on board with keeping me?
100%, because I think they're
Okay.
close to Mira, and that's what Mira wants to do.
All right. That's good
So
at least.
they're pretty set. I mean, I know it's kind of like not our best situation because
Yeah.
we didn't want to have to be aligned with them this close and everything, but it's kind of our
Yeah.
only option at this point.
I think as as uh as annoyed as I am that Sammy and Crow are voting to keep Ryan, or at least that's what they're telling Ryan, I think it's more out of self interest than it is specifically going against me. So I do think we have pathways after this vote. But yeah,
Hmm.
that's frustrating that it's gonna be so close.
Yeah, so I've talked with them and everything, and basically the gist is like the stuff Ryan's trying to sell, right, against you specifically is stuff like you're good with everybody, you're gonna make it to the end, this and that, because you haven't had to like put out a say yet, right, in the entire game or
Yeah.
whatever. So he's kind of using that against you as like, hey, he's good with everybody and he's going to be that way for a while. And as far as I can pick up with Crow and Sammy, it's more about Ryan being a threat than it is about that.
I
So
gotcha.
that is what's going on. I I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna take a lot of heat from this vote because of this, but I think it's worth it because my
I'll
conscience won't accept
go
it.
all in on HOH for sure. So I'm hoping that we can one of us can pull it down, and then I mean there's easy people to put up. So
Yeah, and that's kind of our options at this point. So once we get out of this vote, I'm hoping you can mend things with Shanks. I don't know if I'll be able to. I don't know if he's gonna blame me because I'm planning to just kind of stick this out because I need to ask you full certainty here. I would not pressure you under any other situation, but do you have the power from the
no,
Dean's List?
I genuinely don't. I've only been on it once, and I didn't get anything from it.
Okay, because I needed to ask you because this whole vote block situation puts the entire thing in situation, like a problem, if someone picks that, because Crow's whole situation came from a gift. So it did not come from the Dean's List. So the Dean's List
Yeah.
is still out there as an option, and the only two that haven't been, like, shown yet is that HOH thing that we saw last
Wait.
time and the vote
No,
block.
Crow's thing didn't come from a gift, did it?
It did. It did
I
come from a
thought
gift. So
I
he
thought that
got.
was because Sammy told me whenever they won it the first time that she let me find this. She said something about it, and it was like exactly that. So I just assumed it was Sammy giving it to Crow during this cycle.
So what it was he had a punishment, and once he completed it, he actually got to be immune for the cycle.
Okay.
So it was a punishment that turned into immunity for this cycle. If he didn't complete it, he would have been put up, I assume, something like that. Um, but that's where it came from, which means the Dean's List is still out there as an option. And if he's lying about that, then that just clears it up. But under the worst circumstance, he's not lying about that. It is actually the Dean's List still out there. And the whole vote block situation is, yeah. Anyways, what I kind of want to do was I did want to get Aiden and Jordan, like, maybe like in a small little vote block alliance of ourselves just to make sure like we're set, as a
Yeah,
group,
I
kind of
gotcha.
show that. So I did kind of want to set that up to make sure we're good because if I didn't think Shinx could be swayed, like if I thought Shinx could be swayed here, I would have like done that by now. But he's set, and so
Yeah,
is probably Crow and
he
Sammy.
actually just messaged me saying that he thinks it's in his best interest to keep Ryan.
There we
So
go.
now that he's told me, I'm gonna make my case and everything. But
Right.
I definitely won't mention you saying anything or anything like that.
Really, really appreciate that because I mean, there's so many reasons. It's mainly
Yeah,
because the
no,
vote block.
absolutely.
If the vote
If
block is out there, we cannot have that used against me
yeah,
because that ruins it.
yeah, I'd imagine they'd want to hold on to it for themselves, hopefully, but who knows?
Well, I think the way it works is you have to use it the cycle you've given it. So they
Oh,
have to
okay,
use it.
gotcha.
So do whatever you need to. If you need to pretend like you're going home, whatever works. I trust you. Whatever you think is going to work with the conversation, the way it goes, do whatever you need. I can set up that alliance chat with us and Aiden and Jordan, and I'm certain Mira will tie break in favor of you and vote out Ryan. So that should be okay.
All right, I
So
guess hopefully, yeah, they don't have anything, but I'm nervous for sure.
yeah, that's the only thing that throws this off because I think Aiden and Jordan are pretty set, especially once we set that up and kind of like just show that. Because I can't say it enough again because it's like the worst situation in a way because we have to rely on the people that we were shit talking a little bit.
Yeah,
But I think that's generally in their best interest too. Like for you to stay over Ryan because Ryan was I've kind of like shown it as like Ryan's throwing Aiden and Jordan like together. I kind of let them know that to try and like really sell it into them. Um
gotcha.
and something else, I think I did tell you this, right? And that one alliance that Aiden was gonna backdoor me. I used that against Aiden. I'm using whatever I can to make sure they're good.
All right, sweet.
So I'm gonna make sure. Don't worry. But yeah, what I ultimately just want to let you know is like the situation that's going on here, which is it's going to get close, and it's either going to tie, it's most likely going to tie, and we just got to hope the vote block wasn't what was picked or what is used. So, I don't know. Either way, what I wanted to let you know is like the updates on that, kind of let you know what's going down. Um, I'm so sorry I can't make it any safer. If I would, I so would. But this is the only way I can get it to work where you stay in the situation.
I got you. Yeah, I'll take it however I can get it. So no worries on your end.
I'm just, I didn't expect this at all. I thought people were going to be on Ryan for sure because Crow had that fight. Like, how on hell's earth did Ryan manage to bring him back? That's just even more concerning on his end because, like, how did he manage to do that?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on there. I thought Crow liked me. I mean, I guess he probably does. It's just probably more convinced by Sammy. I think probably Sammy and Ryan are like very close, and then Crow's kind of just following what Sammy wants. I think.
Yeah. I mean, Sammy, honestly, I think is actually following Crow here because Crow just saved Sammy. Um, so I could see that being the situation here. I think either way, like, it's pretty obvious to me at this point that it's Crow and Sammy are together, 100%. After all that went down, they're tied probably to the hips, in the same way that Aiden and Jordan probably are. I think Mira's with Aiden and Jordan most likely. Um, but I think she had like a little bit of stock everywhere, but now she had to like make a hit. Um, I think I think Shinx did really trust us. This was just a bad situation for him, where he
Yeah,
feels like he needs Ryan. So he's kind of like he's the only one I don't have like a full read on after this all happens, but I imagine it won't be pretty on my end. Um, I think that's everybody, but that's kind of like the read I have right now. I'm just hoping that nobody clocks how close we are because of this. I mean, if it is that case, I don't care. At the end of the day, at least I was able to save you, hopefully, because that's all I care about right now. I don't want that to. Ultimately, that's way more important. That's the ultimate point I'm getting at than worrying about like getting. Sorry, Shig's talking to me too. Than worried about how it may look or whatnot. So, anyways,
I got you.
I've been. I'm so sorry I have to spitball this all at you. It's just a lot
No, you're
happened over
good.
the
I'm
past
trying
hour.
to just.
It's a
What's
big
the
adjust.
what's the course of action after this? Like, are we just riding with Jordan and Aiden until we feel we have control, or what's the thought there?
So my thought is, once this happens, it's going to break into a potential 5-3 with, I think, Shinx, Crow, and Sammy are all going to want to take shots at either me because of the flip if they figure it out, or they're going to want to take a shot at Aiden and Jordan together. I think the 5 is going to be us, Aiden, Jordan, and Mira. They're not going to want to take shots at us. They're going to want to take shots at like Crow and Sammy and whatnot because obviously, really. And then Shinx is probably their renom because of this whole situation. So I think like that's the short term what's going to happen probably. I think in the long term, I think we just write it out for now. We kind of let that happen during this next cycle, as it will. And then once we get to like final seven, final six, then we can kind of like step in a little bit, I think. And like if we need to take a shot, Aiden Jordan, we will for sure, because it's important to be careful of duos like that, obviously. And
Hmm.
maybe if you can like appear super grateful towards Mira, maybe we can grab her back, possibly, is
Yeah,
my thought. Because for her not to see that Aiden Jordan, like she's the third, that has to be a thing. Like she has to see that eventually.
yeah. I imagine she just thinks like she's gonna be the third for a lot of people. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, so I think if we can get her back, that's going to be important. But I think for this next cycle, I think you're good. You can just like act good with everybody. You'll be fine. Obviously, I'll have more fallout to deal with, and I'll do what I can.
Uh,
Um,
I still wanna try for HOH. I wanna.
oh, absolutely. If you do an HOH, the two paths I kind of see are doing Crow and Sammy because it's really just which duo you want to go for, Crow or Sammy or Aiden and Jordan. That's kind of what I see as the options.
I got you.
So it's kind of like, I mean, that's not to say that's the only options, but that's like what
No,
I'm
I know.
thinking
I'm
for
just.
us. It's a lot of adjusting. I'm sorry.
Dude, this is bullshit from Shinx.
I know. I really thought he was going to stick with us on this vote, but he is certainly on Ryan to stay. So I don't know. I don't think it's anything against you. It's just like from him, this is what he feels like he has to do.
I guess.
It's not to say it's the right thing or feels right
No, yeah,
whatsoever.
I get it from like on paper, yes, keeping a target around can be good, but I just think that the way the game is breaking down, he's very far out from being targeted.
I
So I don't
agree.
really get the move.
I don't either. And I think it's giving too much room for Ryan to snowball from here. Because, like, think about it. Because what he's thinking right now is, because I was talking to Aiden and Jordan, is that it's going to be unanimous vote. That's literally showing that Ryan controlled all the votes to get that. Like, it's just giving Ryan more things. So it's just like maybe short term, but not long term, the best decision, I don't think. I don't know. There's a lot of thought process in that and whatnot. But ultimately, like, even the short term, he should know how tight you are with him at this point. And that should be so important going into the late game here. So I don't really get what his move is here to try and get out one of the people that trust him the most. I don't get it. Because I mean, Ryan, I don't think he trusts Shinx the most by any means. I don't
Yeah,
think he's
I think.
really.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I imagine Ryan's probably like good at like their one-on-one aspect, so I'm sure Shinx like feels that like Ryan would be on his side completely after this, but I don't know. I don't think Ryan's like as loyal to Shinx as Shinx has let himself believe.
Yeah. Um. Sorry. I'm just thinking if Mira wasn't in that whole thing right now, I would like love to. Sorry, I'm thinking so much. I just wish Mira was here so that we could easily drag her in and just make sure like she's good and whatnot. So it's kind of annoying that she's gone right now, but I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set that up with Aiden and Jordan though, while you're still here and still able to talk, because I know Survivor's gonna probably take away from our responding, which is why
I
I'm so
got
happy you talked to now, because I was gonna watch Survivor with my
you.
family.
All right. Well,
So
I appreciate everything you're doing for me, and
no, of course.
I got your back in this game. So hopefully I can stay, and hopefully we can do some damage.
I hope so too. I'm really sorry I got this close, and it sucks in every way that I had to get this close to get there. And obviously, I think it goes without saying that I got your back at this point, doing whatever I can, like literally whatever I can to make sure you're safe here. So I'll get you go ahead and get back to work because I'm sure you still got shit to do.
Yeah.
And we should be okay. We should be able to work through this. Um, all right. I think we'll go ahead and let you go so that I can create the alliance, make sure that we're good and everything.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you again.
Of course, always here for you. All right.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye.